It is Sunday, December 5th in the NBA, and I got my favorite 3 best bets on the way. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. Let's recap yesterday, because, boy, was it an emotional day. We went 2-2, losing a little bit of juice, so not a terrible day. We started the day with a loss with Julius Randle, under 1.5 3-pointers made. Now he proceeds to shoot 7, something we didn't account for, something he hadn't shot in about 6 to 7 straight games. He makes 2 of them. If you follow us on Twitter, which if you don't, you should definitely fix that. I posted the video of his second made 3-pointer. Thanks to whoever sent that to me, because man, it was a rough watch, because his second made was very similar to a Kawhi Leonard game winner from a couple years ago. Just bounced on the rim. It was ridiculous. Now, our other loss of the day, Kevin Durant, over 42.5 PRAs. Yeah, he ends on 42 on the dot. So I know people got it at 41.5. Shout out to you. So 2 losses on the hook, but our best bet of the day bounces back and it gets a win. Vegas knew. Now we had Kyle Lowry under 8.5 assists. I know a lot of people got it at 7.5. Well, Lowry, he made a sweat because he had 7 assists in the first half, then a big goose egg in the second half. I put in a call to Vegas. I said, we can't allow that. And boom, we drew it up just how we wanted it. And the best bet segment is here to stay, at least for today. Now, our second one, Celtics money line. Celtics, I thought it was a no sweat bet. They had a 21-point lead in basically the first quarter. Then they blew that. And then they ended up winning by 28. Weird game, but we'll take the win. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We're closing in on 15,000 subscribers. I want to do a subscriber parlay giveaway then, so make sure you click that subscribe button. And also, last note, we have our NFL parlays and player props video with live on the channel posted last night. Go check it out. We're 13-3 alone in that video, and we used OddsJam, a very useful website that you guys probably want to look at it. Now, I teased you guys on Twitter. I said our best bet was already locked in last night, and here it is. It's the same game parlay, 3 legs, and boom, there you go. You got Scotty Barnes, the man of the program, 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. A Scotty Barnes trifecta, if you will, all for -116. Now, if you can't do same game parlays, 2 things. Number 1, if you're in the state that you can do it, then you should click the link in the description. Go to FanDuel, click the link in the description, and get a $1,000 risk-free bet. Put it all on Scotty. He would never hurt you. Probably not. Now, the second note, do whatever you want with this information. Now, you guys know I love Scotty Barnes, and I love picking his rebounds plus assist line. But that man loves finishing on the hook more than anyone. It's like his favorite thing to do. So I'm going to attempt to avoid that. And today, we're going to look at this, and we're going to I'll put up his game log. I'll put it over my face. Look at this game log we've seen from Scotty Barnes. He has cashed this SGP in 6 straight games in 11 of his last 12. The only time he didn't cash it was the game he shot 1 for 8. And overall, he's cashed this line in 15 of 21 games. So let's talk about each specific leg. In terms of points, 10 points, he's cashed that in 19 of 21 games this season. In terms of 6 rebounds, he's cashed that in 20 of 21 games this season. In terms of 2 assists, he's cashed that in 17 of 21 games, but he has cashed it in 14 straight games. Now, last note, Scotty Barnes, the Raptors will be without OG Anunoby, and he's cashed this line in 7 of his last 8 games without Anunoby. Could we have found a glitched same-game parlay? I guess time will tell, but if it does cash, you best believe it will be in the next video as well. We're going to keep riding with Scotty Barnes. Lock it in. We're riding with Scotty into the ground. Now, moving on to my next favorite play, another frequent flyer to the program, Isaac Okoro, under 8.5 points. Now, hello there, friend. If you're watching, I'm sorry. We don't mean to bet your unders every single night, but we're going to do it again because we've been betting Okoro's unders left and right. Now, Okoro is the starting shooting guard for the Cavaliers. He's been treating us nicely. Now, we normally take his PRA line, but we've switched to his points line last game. We're going back to points again today. This is at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, so alert, alert. If you're watching this video after 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, the game's already started, so skip to the next play, our final one of the day. But Okoro as a whole averaging 7.9 points per game. In 16 games this season, he's gone under 9 of them, 56% of the time. And the Cavaliers slowly getting back healthier and healthier. Obviously, they got Lauri Markkanen, they got Kevin Love, they got Mobley, all of those guys back. Cedi Osman could be back today, not banking on it, but if he does come back, that's going to eat into Okoro's minutes. And with Mobley specifically active, you look at Okoro, he's gone under in 7 of 12 games. Now, sharper books have this line at -158, and we can get it -125 on DraftKings, so I'm all in. Now, the sharpest odds, which you see me always say sharper books, I kind of talked about that a little bit more. That's where I get them from OddsJam, so we talked about it in the NFL player props, kind of go into it a little bit more depth, so check it out there. But Okoro will be the primary defender on Donovan Mitchell, so now not only one, well, potentially he could get in foul trouble, but number 2, he's going to have to use a lot of energy guarding Donovan Mitchell. That doesn't go without being, I mean, you guys should know that. Now, in his career versus Donovan Mitchell, he's actually gone over this line once, gone under once. He's at 8 points. He's at 5 points and 11 points. But in those 2 games, he attempted 9 and 13 shots. Yeah, he doesn't attempt that many shots normally. He's over the last 3 games, he's attempted 4, 5 and 6 3-point shots as a whole. He averages like 7-ish a game. I don't think he's going to get up that many shots today, especially against a very good defensive team in the Utah Jazz. So I'll ride with Mr. Isaac Okoro is under 8.5 points. Last note, the Jazz give up the second fewest three-pointers made in the league, and that's usually one of the primary ways that Okoro scores. So good luck scoring, my friend. Isaac Okoro under 8.5 points. Now, my last play, Christian Wood, over 17.5 points, minus 120 on a FanDuel. Now, I also like this line at 18.5. And I saw it at 18.5 at plus 100 value, but FanDuel had it at 17.5, so bet I'm all in. Now, today, we have the Pelicans taking on the hottest team in the NBA, the Houston Rockets, and that is finally a fact because they have a 5-game winning streak, the most in the NBA. Now, I think the second longest is the San Antonio Spurs, which upset the Warriors last night, which glad I avoided that game altogether because that was a weird one. Now, today, you have the Rockets, Christian Wood on the Rockets. They'll be without Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green today. Now, it will be the Jayshawn Tate, the Eric Gordon, and the Christian Wood show, and Christian Wood's matchup is an arch nemesis to the program, Jonas Valanciunas. And if there's anything I've learned from betting on Jonas Valanciunas or even watching him, that man loves to foul, and that's what I'm hoping for today, that Christian Wood can just drive past them, just get hacked at nonstop and just live at the free throw line, and that very well could happen. Now, I also want to look about Wood. The reason we're here is because of his attempts, because obviously Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green both out today. Someone's got to shoot the ball, and I think Christian Wood would be the beneficiary of that. In 4 games so far without Jalen Green, so I'm even considering games with Kevin Porter Jr. 4 games, Wood has scored 20, 24, 33 points, and then 0 points. One time we put him on the program, and he got injured in that game. So you got to push the injury aside. Those 3 other games, he shot 19, 17, and 19 attempts. And I think that's going to be close to what we see today because Jonas Valanciunas, let's be honest, he's not fast enough to stop Christian Wood. You've seen other opponents with the other big men that are actually skilled, can dribble the ball. They've scored a lot of points against Jonas Valanciunas and the Pelicans. Now, if you reduce this number to 16, which, like I said, he's attempted 17-plus shots in all 3 games without just Jalen Green, but also Kevin Porter Jr. out. If you reduce this line to 16, he's scored over 17.5 points in 23 of his last 25 games with that many shot attempts. If you took the line at 18.5, your number's 21 of 25. So still both great numbers. Now, I can live with this bet if Christian Wood's going to go out there, attempt 18 shots, and go 6 for 18. I can live with that because he's an NBA player, should be able to shoot and make. If he's not making a point per shot, then I don't know what he's doing. Now, also this season, every single center that has attempted over 14 shots against the Pelicans, they've hit this over. They've actually scored 20-plus points. Granted, 3 of those guys were Karl-Anthony Towns alone, and the other was Joel Embiid. Now, if you talk about power forwards that have attempted 14-plus shots, that line is 2 for 2 against the Pelicans. Wood averages 13.4 field goal attempts a game, but there's easily 25 to 40-ish attempts vacated because of Porter and Green being out. So I think Wood feasts tonight on Valanciunas. And so I'll be riding with Christian Wood over 17.5 points, take his line at 18.5 points. That is all we got today. Now, the other game on the slate, Hawks versus Hornets, I don't know what the heck that game is doing. I'm avoiding that one altogether. If you ask me a question in the comments below about that game, I'll probably be like, dog, I don't know, because I don't know who the Hornets are starting. They got 6 people on the health and safety protocols list. I don't know what to do with that game, so I'm avoiding it altogether. Probably the Hawks cover, but I really don't know what's going to happen. So I'll be back Monday. We'll talk more on Monday about all our best bets. We'll have more, but only 3 best bets today. Now, we obviously, because we had a lot invested in the NFL, so go check it out. Go check out the 2 videos on the screen, NFL Week 13 best bets and player props. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. This has been Austin. Let's go make some money today. Let's bring out the brooms today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.